seriously lost the plot. I think because I had a week off last week. I've lost count of what week we're in. I think it might be 11, week 11. Anyway, it's a bit loud. It's nice to see you all. This is the gentle practice for this week, and it's going to be predominantly floor based, so and working on the hips. So let's begin. So sitting nice straight back, kick the tailbone out, shoulders down and back, chest forward. And just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and a breath out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in and breath out. Last one, deep breath in and breath out. And just keeping the eyes closed, just take your focus to your spine. Work your focus up your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Feel yourself lengthen up through the spine, through the neck, through from the crown of your head and up. Imagine someone's pulling you up from the crown of your head. You feel yourself elevating and lengthening up. You might feel a slight stretch down through your back. Remembering to keep the shoulders down and not up around your ears. And just follow your breath, taking the inhalation, follow the path it takes, coming in through the nose, down into the back of your throat, into your lungs, and as you exhale, it's coming up from your lungs to the back of the throat, and either out through your nose or your mouth. Good, take another deep breath in, just a breath in through the nose, and a full breath out through your mouth. And again, deep breath in and out. Last one, deep breath in and out. Good. And then just open your eyes. Take your hands into prayer position. And we'll start to move the shoulders and the arms, get some movement in the shoulders and arms. Get some warmth in and strengthen up the shoulders. So hands together, breathing in. And as you exhale, raise the arms up. Have some space between the hands. Really stretch up with the hands and arms. Try to push the arms into the ears. Keep stretching up. Keep looking forward and stretching up. Try to maintain the straight back rather than bend it at the back. Try to push the chest forward, taking the arms back as well. Good, we're going to then breathe in, and as you exhale you're taking your palms forward, but just bending at the elbow, taking the elbows down to about shoulder level. So this is the goddess pose. Sorry, that just looks funny. So here we're going to hold this for a bit, but we're going to just really take the shoulders, squish the shoulders together, pushing the chest forward, keeping the elbows around shoulder level, not dropping them or having them up, taking those shoulders back as far as we can. So you're really opening the chest up. And you start to feel a warmth happening through your shoulders, maybe up your neck, around your chest, the sides of your chest. Chest. To get out of the sensation, you'll want to bring your shoulders forward and your arms forward. Really try to focus on keeping them back, holding there. Another couple of breaths. We're going to breathe in And as you exhale, you're taking the arms up. Palms facing towards each other again. We're stretching up, squeezing the arms into the ears, lengthening through the spine again, finding some space between the ribs as you stretch. Good, we're going to breathe in. This time the arms are staying straight. We're going to take them all the way down and back. So again, the hands are going down onto the floor. Remembering to take the shoulders down, keeping the fingers tips on the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Again, pushing the chest forward, opening the chest up. Again, we're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, we're bringing the arms up again, stretching upwards. And we'll just do those two sequences once more each. Okay, so breathing in. And then as you exhale, you're bending at the elbow, taking the elbows and arms down to shoulder level. Taking the arms back. So the chest is being pushed forward, the shoulder blades are squeezed together. Just looks really funny. Sorry, I'm entertaining myself. You've got to remember that. There's no one else in the room except me. Okay, breathing in. And as you exhale, you're coming back up again. Palms facing towards each other, squeeze the arms in and really reach up through the spine. Good. Taking one more breath. And inhale. And as you exhale, you're taking your palms down, fingertips to the floor and behind you. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, drop the shoulders down, push the chest forward. Try and sort of let your body come forward a bit. You can use the hands and the fingers on the floor to kind of hold you up a bit, but just really make sure that the shoulder blades are squeezed together behind you and the chest is pushed forward. Really opening the chest and working and strengthening around the shoulder blades and shoulders. Good. We're going to breathe in, bring your arms up. As you exhale, palms together, bring the palms down to your heart space. Good. Just drop the shoulders down and we're going to elbows out and squeeze those palms together. Really push. Keep pushing so that you start feeling it down through, if you can see, with a hair in the way, down through your neck into your shoulders. You might feel it to the side of your chest. Keeping the back straight. Always keep the back straight. Posture is very, very important to keep it straight and not slumped. Because by stretching up through the spine, you're engaging the core, you're engaging the muscles in your back, making them active rather than sleepy. And release. Good. Take the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, reach up and twist, looking over the left shoulder. Really observe the twist. Feel the twist from the base of your spine to mid-back, shoulder blades, neck. Try to tweak it so that you can see if you can feel it a little bit more using the hand on the knee. Leave yourself around a bit, look around a bit more. Good, one more breath there. And then back round to centre, this time the other side. So the left hand on right knee, right hand behind. You're going to lift up first and then twist. Looking over that right shoulder. Finding the twist, feeling the twist. Try to make a mental scan of what your spine is doing. Seeing the twist in your spine, all the way up to your neck. and then back round to centre. So we're still in this same, if you're not in the position I'm in, try to get into the middle of your mat, facing the long edge of your mat. We're still in cross legs. So starting with the right hand is going down onto the mat in front. Now when we come down this way and bring the arm up, it can be a tendency just to sort of take the chest down towards the mat. You need to open up the chest, bringing the chest forward, then take the arm up. And that's the first thing. So this is a sort of an active pose. You're really stretching up with the arm, but try not to bend forward. Really try to open the chest up, take the arm back as far as it can, so that you're not bending the spine forward. It's still straight, we're just doing a side bend. So making sure that that top arm is nice and straight, fingertips to the ceiling or to the sky if you're outside. And then if you want to go a little extra, you can stay where you are, but if you want a little extra, more of a stretch for the side of your torso, you can bend this right elbow and ease yourself over a bit more, taking the arm over your ear, stretching. Imagine someone's pulling those fingertips towards that edge, that side, so you feel it down through that left-hand side of your torso. If you want to go a little extra, you can come down onto your forearm. But remembering not to curve down, you're still opening the chest forward. Good. Breathing in, coming up on the breath out. So we're going down to the other side. The left hand is down. And we're bringing the right arm up. So first of all, the fingertips are to the sky. And you're really stretching up, making it an active stretch up, keeping the chest pushed forward. You can look at the hand if you like, or you can look forward, whichever's comfortable. But really feel the stretch. Make sure that when you come down and when you're stretching up or going over, that the same side buttock is staying on the mat. So you're sort of almost pushing that buttock down and then easing yourself. Take a bend in the elbow and ease yourself over a bit more. Again, making this active, so you imagine someone's pulling the fingertips over that way. So you feel the stretch down through the side of the torso. And then bringing yourself back up. I didn't go down onto my forearm, but you could have done. So now we're going to go on to all fours. And just move the spine a bit, do a bit of downward facing dog, back down to the knees, downward facing dog. Just going to start incorporating downward dog a bit more in these classes because it's a pose that I know some people find difficult, but it's just going up for a couple of breaths in a class a few times. You'll gain more momentum, you'll get more used to it, and you'll find that you'll be able to stay up for a bit longer. I know it's tough on the wrists, some people find it tough on the wrists, but by doing it more and more, you can gain strength in your wrists. So let's just come down or come over onto all fours, making sure that the knees are under the hips and the wrists are under the shoulders. Okay, so let's move the spine. So as you inhale, you're kicking the tailbone out, having this nice deep curve in the spine and looking up. And as you exhale, you're doing it the other way. So you round the spine, pull in the stomach muscles, tuck the chin in, tuck your bottom in. And then inhale, doing it the other way. Nice flowing movement with the breath. Exhale. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, round. Like a nice wave flowing through your spine. Inhale, kick the tailbone out and then look up. Nice and slow with the breath. Exhale, tailbone in, round the spine, tuck the chin in. Inhale, kicking the tailbone out, flowing through the spine and then looking up. And exhale, tailbone in, pushing the spine to the sky, chin in. Inhale, tailbone out, curving the spine the other way and looking up. 2 more. Inhale, round the spine. No, exhale, sorry. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, round. Good, then we're coming back to a flat back. So from here, we're going to just come up onto to downward dog. So what we'll do is we'll just tuck the toes under and you're literally just pushing with your legs, your bottom to the sky, like that. So lengthening through the back of the legs, your feet should be hip width apart. And if you've got your ankles down on the floor, then you need to just take your feet back a bit so that your ankles aren't on the floor. So you've always got some space to come down to for a little bit more of a challenge. It's always good to challenge, to keep yourself up there, to keep minimum pressure on your wrist. Really have your hands nice and spread, fingers nice and spread. Coming back down onto all fours. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this a few times and just stay up in downward dog for 3 breaths. If 3 breaths is too much for you, then just come back down onto all fours. Keep the toes tucked under. So we're going to do this again. So inhale, and as you exhale, come back up to downward dog. So straighten the legs so you feel the lengthening through the back of the legs. So we're going to do this just concentrating on the legs first. So we're lengthening through the leg. Don't worry about what's going on with your back. Just ease the ankles down so you feel the stretch down through your calf muscles. Come back down to all fours. Good. So the next time we go up to downward dog, we're going to take a bend in the knees, a slight bend in the knees, and then push the chest towards the thighs. That means then your back becomes straight. You can actually feel the stretch and the strengthening happening across your shoulders. So inhale. And as you exhale, you're coming up. Just instead of having straight legs, just take a bend and then you're going to literally kick the tailbone in the sky and push your chest to your thighs. And then you can see what's happening with my back. My back is straightening and you can feel it through the shoulders. Good. Coming back down to all fours. We're going to do that a couple more times, one with straight leg, one with bent leg. Okay, breathing in. As you exhale, come back up with straight legs. So you're straightening the legs, pushing the ankles down, feeling the stretch down through the back of the legs. 2 nice long breaths here. And then come back down to all fours. We're going to do it again, and this time with slightly bent knees and pushing our chest to the thighs. So up we go. Slightly bend the knees and really push the chest towards the thighs. Keeping those arms bent, arms straight if you can. Good. Coming back down to all fours. Okay. So from here, we're flattening the toes. And we're just going to take the left leg and straighten it. Left leg is straight. Now what another tendency to do is to kick that left hip out. You need to bring that left hip so it's facing down to the mat. When you've got your balance, take your right hand and take it out in front of you. Nice straight arm in front. Trying to focus on something on the floor because it's it's a balance as well as an active position for your core, pose for your core. One more breath there, and then bring everything back down. So we're taking the right hand side this time, or the right leg out this time. Nice outstretched leg. Make sure that the hip bone is facing down towards the mat and it's not kicked out. And then when you're ready, bring your left arm up. Again, trying to focus, trying to keep the balance, engaging the core. One more breath. And then bringing the hand and the knee back down. Take your feet together, knees nice and wide. We're going to go into an extended child pose. So bottom over heels. Now if you need to, if your bottom won't go on the heels, put a cushion or two or even three. Pad it up so that you can literally sit on something rather than hold your bottom up. Once it's down, you then hinge, and you can take, because some people, as soon as they come down, their bottom goes up. No, you need to keep your bottom down and then come down with the chest. Arms nice and stretched out in front of you, head on the mat if you can. If you can't put your head on the mat, then put a cushion there or a block so that you can relax the back of your head. Good, one more breath there. And then ease back up to all fours, bring the knees in, and we're on all fours. So we're going to see if we can bring the left foot towards the feet, towards the hands. So stepping forward with the left foot, if you need to pick your foot up and literally push it forward or manoeuvre it into position as far forward as you can go. Because when we come up like this, we need to have the knee over the ankle. So if it's like this, it's going to hurt your calf muscles. So best to have it forward rather than back. Again, our bodies are going to be stacked over our hips, so we're not leaning forward, we're just nice and straight backed over the hips, facing forward. And we're just going to breathe in, and as you exhale, bring the arms up. So we're really stretching up. Now we're going to do a twist here. We'll see if you can give it a go. If not, just as far as you can. So when we're going to twist over to the left, so breathing in, as you exhale, we're going to twist over to the left, bringing the arms down to shoulder level. So if you're twisting, if that's as far as you can twist, then fine. Just twist as far as you can. Trying to keep a balance. Good, we're going to come back to forward, to facing forward, but bringing the arms up. Facing forward, stretching up with the hands, through the spine, through the shoulders, finding space in your ribs, between your ribs. I should have said maybe putting, because we're on our knee, there's quite a lot of pressure on the knee. You might find that it's easier to put something under your knee, like a blanket or a pillow, or a cushion. Good, one more breath there. And we're going to bring the arms down, just round the shoulders a bit. And this time we're going to come forward, so the chest is going to be placed on the thigh. So we're coming down, hands on the mat, just holding it there. And see if we can shift the hips forward, just a little bit, to open up the hips. You might want to just scoosh the foot forward a bit. Hand on the mat. So you could you're feeling it into, well, both hips, but into your right hip, the leg that's straighter. And then stay there, and then see if you can bend that right leg. You're going to, as soon as you bend it, you'll feel it in your thigh, your right thigh. If you feel like you can go back and get your foot, you can. It's quite a deep and intense stretch for the right thigh. You might be able to put a strap over it, hook it over if you can. Don't worry if you can't, then just bend it as far as you can. Good, then take the foot down, ease the hips back. The feet are staying in the same place, but we're just going to try and see if we take the hips back, straightening this left leg, just as far as it will go. If you can't straighten it totally and bend down over it, because it's a big hamstring stretch, then fine, just take a bend, and you can take a bend in the knee and come down over the thigh. But see if you can straighten the leg and come down over the leg. And you'll feel it, you'll immediately feel it down through your hamstrings, back of your legs. Good. We're going to shift our hips forward, taking the left foot back. So we're back onto all fours. So we're going to do all of that on the right side now. So the right foot is coming forward. And you're going to come up to start with. So your hips are pushed forward and your body is stacked over your hips. So your body is nice and straight, facing forward. Good. And then we're going to do the twist over to the right. So I'm going to have my back towards you. So we're going to breathe in. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to lift our arms up first. Breathe out. So inhale, and as you exhale, bring the arms up and stretch up. Really find some space in the ribs. Taking the arms back as far as they can, pulling the stomach muscles in, making the core active. You start feeling it through this thigh. And then we're going to open up and twist over to the right. So breathing in. And as you exhale, you're coming down with the arms to shoulder level, twisting, looking over to the right. Just as far as you can go. One more breath. And then we're twisting back to the front, bringing the arms up and stretching up with the palms facing together. And then we're taking the hands down to the floor, over the thigh, chest over the thigh, shifting the hips forward and down. So that the left leg is getting straighter and you feel the stretch through the thigh into the hip. Taking the hands down onto the floor as far as you can. Good. So then we're going to bend that left leg. And again, if you want to, and you can, grab hold of the foot, you can. Big stretch for that thigh. Just do as much as you can, as little as you can, whatever suits you. Good, release, bring it back down. Then we're taking the hips back, keeping the feet and the knee where they are, taking the hips back and trying to see if you can straighten this right leg. Hands are still on the floor. Bend over that leg. If you want to take a bend in the knee just to soften the sensation of the hamstring, you can. But try to feel the stretch. Try to feel the edge. Really breathe into the stretch. Good. Just bring the hips forward, and then we're going to take that right foot back to back to all fours. So now we're going to just do a thread the needle. So we're staying on all fours. If it's too much for your knees, again, put something under them so that they're softened and not so harsh on the mat. And they're just padded out a bit. So we're going to start with the right arm going through the gap between the left wrist and knee, and you're coming down onto your right shoulder and right ear. And then you can take, if you're happy there, there's a bit of a twist, stay there. And then if you can, take your left arm up, palm facing the same way as you are, fingertips to the ceiling. You can take it back a bit further for a bit more of a twist. If it's uncomfortable for your head, if you've got a cushion already, you can shove the cushion under your head. Good, then you're going to take that arm over the ear to the front edge of your mat. Nice straight arm. One more breath. And then gently ease back up to all fours. So I'm going around the other side. So we're doing the left hand side now. Left arm through, onto your left shoulder, left ear, again putting the cushion under if you need to, under your head, and then bring your right arm up. Take it back as far as you can, fingertips to the ceiling, so you feel that twist. And then we're going to take this top arm over the ear, stretch out to the short edge of the mat. Nice straight arm. Good. One more breath. And then we're easing back up to all fours. Okay, so just coming to the middle of your mat, long facing the front edge of your mat, we're coming up onto our knees. So first of all, we're going to go down with the right hand. The right hand is going down onto the mat, and then the left leg is going out straight. Toes pointing towards me on the long edge of the mat. Now, what your body will want to do is stick your bottom out backwards. You need to bring your bottom in, push your hips forward, chest forward. Once that is there, you can bring that top arm up. And holding it there again with the wrists. If you need to come back up, you can if it's too much for your wrists. But just spread those fingers to minimise the strain on your wrist. And again, making it active, making this stretch, this top arm stretch up. And the more you push your hips forward, the more you'll feel it in your waist and in the side of your torso. Good, one more breath. And bring that arm down and make your way up to on your knees again. Okay, so we're going down to the other side this time. So the left hand, yes, left hand is down, right foot is out. Pushing those hips forward. So you start to feel it in your waist. And then bring the right arm up. Keep pushing the hips forward, the chest forward. Good, one more breath. Bring the arm down and come back up to, well, we're going to come now onto our bottoms and bringing the soles of our feet together. So, knees nice and wide, bring the soles of your feet together and just ease your feet towards your groin, holding onto your feet or your ankles or wherever you can so that you can reach up through the spine, pushing the chest forward between your arms, reaching up. Bounce the knees if you can, or if you want to. Good. So you're feeling the stretch through your hips, into your groin, into your thighs. And then we're going to just take the feet about a foot and a half away from your body, sliding them forward, holding on to them because we're going to bend over them just as far as you can. Try to kick the tailbone out, maybe shuffle it so that your tailbone is kicked out back. Breathe in, looking up, and as you exhale, fold down over your feet. Just feel the stretch through your hips, into your thighs, still a stretch in your inner thigh and your groin. If you feel comfortable enough there, you can perhaps try and take your arms out to the side. Good, one more breath there. And then easing back up. So both legs are in front. So we're going to take a bend over the knee, over the legs, both legs, and if you feel that you can't touch your toes, or when you're down there grab one of your toes, then grab a strap or a tie. I mean, you know, this is the beauty of this, is that you can pause me and I can just be going, and we're back. With a tie or any sort of strap or bit of, no, not string, rope, sounds dodgy. Anyway, you might be able to touch your toes. So nice straight legs, active legs, bring the feet, in fact I'm going to go this way. Flex the feet towards you. So nice straight back, so we've got this 90-degree angle happening. And we're going to breathe in, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, fold down. So you're sort of folding but reaching forward and then coming down to hold on to your toes or your ankles, or if you've got a strap, so that you hold yourself down so you can maintain the that edge, where you find the edge. And after a few breaths, you might find that with the out breath, you can take the edge down a bit, or go past that edge and find another edge. Come down a little bit more. It's always good to keep challenging yourself. Just push yourself a little bit by little bit, because that's how we all improve and we become more supple and bendy. So really breathing into that stretch. You can just close your eyes for a minute or two and just work the stretch with the breath. And breathing in, come up on the breath out. Good. So taking this front, which is the right knee, and we're going to bend the right knee, bring the right foot in towards your body, and just hug it. So your back is nice and straight rather than bent. You need to hug, push your chest into your thigh. Keeping that left leg flexed, left foot flexed in, so that makes the leg active. And then we're taking the right hand behind, and the left arm is on the outside of the right knee. And we're going to just try and twist. So using that arm to leave yourself around, looking over that right shoulder. Keep the back nice and straight, looking over that right shoulder. So it's a bit more of an intense stretch than the one we did at the beginning, cross-legged. But it's a good one. And twists are very, very good for if you've had too much alcohol, because it massages all your internal organs and gives you a bit of a detox. Especially in these lockdown times, I think some of us, maybe not all, I'm not assuming, but we might all be, because we're not going out, we might all be having a bit too many glasses of wine. But we might not be, because our bodies are temples, clearly. Okay, taking ourselves back round to centre, keeping the foot there but dropping the knee down. If you need to support that leg or that thigh, just put something under it so we can relax that leg down. Facing over the left leg, breathe in, bring your arms up. And as you exhale, you're coming down, reaching forward, coming down over that leg. Again, finding where your edge is, holding it there, breathing into the stretch. Good. One more breath there. And then easing back up. So we're swapping feet, legs. So the right leg is straight and the left knee is bent. I'm coming over the side. So left this time, left knee up, and we're going to hold it and have a nice straight back. Flex that right foot in. So it's an active foot. And then taking the left hand behind, reaching up through the spine, right arm on the outside of that left knee and twisting round, looking over that left shoulder. Really sort of ease yourself around and look over the shoulder so you feel that twist. You can leave yourself a bit more by using the arm on the knee. And one more breath, and then come back to centre. So keeping the foot there again, dropping the knee down, supporting the leg if you need to. Facing over the right leg, breathe in, bring your arms up, and as you exhale, come down and forward over that leg. find your edge, ease into that stretch. You might feel that you come down a little bit further after a few breaths. Good, one more breath. And knees back up. Okay. So let's just come down onto the floor. You might want to just come forward, and then this is where we do round the spine. Round the spine so you can ease your back down onto the mat nice and comfortably. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And then we're going to go into happy baby. So 2 forefingers, big toe, bind if you can. If that's too difficult, you can take your hands to the outside of your feet. But we need to try and take, so the soles of the feet are facing upwards. You're bending at the knees, and then we're going to go nice and wide with the feet. So taking the feet nice and wide. I'm not doing this sideways. As wide as you can so you feel the stretch in your hips and your groin and your inner thigh. So the wider the better. And you can also pull your feet down so your knees are sort of in your armpits. They might not be, but you know, down towards the floor. Happy baby. This is what happy babies do. They do. So remembering, try not to bring the feet, because your body will want to get out of the sensation. So and it'll just draw your feet together just to get out of the sensation. You need to keep those feet nice and wide. Keep pulling down with your feet and your hands. And the sensation starts to disappear then. Gently, gently disappear as you breathe into that stretch. You might find you can go a bit wider, pull a bit further down. And then you're going to bring your feet back together, release the bind and hold on to your knees and hug your knees. And again, just rock from side to side. And then take your arms nice and wide, keep your knees where they are, take your arms nice and wide. Drop your knees down to the left and look over to the right. Bring yourself back to centre with the knees and the head, and then take your knees down to the right and look over to the left. Good, bring yourself back to centre. And we're going to go into Shavasana now, so relaxing mode, so extend the legs out in front, nice and relaxed on the mat. Take your arms down by the side of you,